You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
Lesbian Nazi hookers abducted by UFOs and forced into weight loss programs. All this week on Town Talk.
Welcome to the weekly Mopcast, your look at what's happening in pop culture and what's going on in the Mopcast Network. You can follow us on Twitter at Mopcast Network or on Facebook at facebook.com/Mopcast Network. Now here are your hosts, Scotty and Stephanie.
Welcome to the weekly Mopcast, episode 81.
Woo! 81!
Okay. I'm your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty, and I'm joined by, as always,
your facilitator of fun, Stephanie.
So we missed last week.
We're having problems with English today. It's fine.
We missed last week because scheduling is terrible.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on last week.
But for once, it's your scheduling.
Oh, yeah. My schedule's terrible. My schedule's terrible for the next, 3 weeks. I mean, I'm out of town next week, so we know 82 may come out the week after this, 2 weeks from now.
Is it bad terrible or good terrible? Because are you having fun? Are you doing fun things?
I guess.
Well, okay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. When are you leaving next week? Where are you going? When are you leaving? What's going on?
Well, let's just talk about where I've been, because I think where I've been is more interesting.
Where have you been?
So, when last we saw you, I was on my way to go to a Weird Al concert.
Yes.
And Augusta, Georgia. It was my first trip to Augusta, Georgia. And Augusta is that's a drive. That's a bit of a drive.
How long of a drive is that? I've never been either.
It's about 5 hours or so. I left work early. I left work early, just a little early, not very.
It's not far from Atlanta, then.
No, it's not very
okay.
far. It's a couple hours from Atlanta, and but it just seemed like it took forever. It just seemed like it took forever, and so I got there and got my hotel, and my room was wonderful and nice, and I was hungry and tired.
Not a good combination.
No, and I just want to go to sleep, and so I was going to order room service from the hotel, which I know is never good because it's always just dirt expensive. It's
expensive, but sometimes I love room service. I'm not gonna lie, room service can be really good.
Sometimes I've had some good room service, and so. I talked to the people downstairs, the front desk clerks, and they're, all you have to do is, click your TV to this thing, and it has a menu, and you can order from there. And I was like, awesome. Looked at the menu, nothing was appetizing. I was like, I need this. And so they had a restaurant inside the hotel. So I was going to eat there, and I looked at their menu, and I was like, I don't want to pay this.
Where did you stay?
I stayed in a nice Marriott. I like to stay at Marriotts.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I'm bougie like that.
You're bougie. It's
like my Marriotts, and then if I can't stay in the Marriott, it's the Holiday Inn, babies.
It's a Holiday Inn.
And so, but luckily I'm downtown Augusta, and so
right.
Augusta has a wonderful downtown life, especially on a Friday night. I just didn't want to walk it. I'd worked all day, the normal 9 to 5.
You just want to eat and go to bed.
Right, and I drove
right.
from Alabama to Augusta, and I just, tomorrow I will explore. That's kind of my thought, but nope, fate had it, so I wandered around and got directions from the concierge. Because I was at a Marriott. They had concierge.
That's fancy.
That is fancy. And I found a nice little bar called The Kitchen or The Kitchen something. And it was packed, but but it's just me, so I don't have to wait for a table. And I was just getting to go because, well, again, I have a giant bed waiting for me at the hotel, and I'm going to use it. And so I ordered a hamburger on a croissant.
Well, that's fancy.
Because I was balling. I was balling. That's what I'm saying. I'm balling. And I had a really nice apple cider from one of the two Carolinas.
Nice.
And my bartendress was amazing, and very nice, and I took pictures. There'll be pictures in the website version of this.
Very nice.
And it was a nice place, and I took my burger home and ate it and passed out. And then got up and was going to explore, and then because the concert wasn't until... So let me tell you again how bougie I am. And if you remember from last week's episode, I bought the high-end VIP package. I spent money for a meet and greet with Weird Al, and there's a game show before it, and it was a whole deal.
Right.
And so I was like, I'm going to do that. And so I got up and I was going to explore, and then I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not going to. I should be a good... Augusta is a wonderful town with a rich history, not only the masters of golf. James Brown is from there. There's a James Brown museum.
Right.
I mean, just the history alone, I should go see this. No. I tell you what persuaded me not to.
What?
Oh my God, they had a whirlpool.
You found a hot tub.
I found a hot tub.
Oh my God, you have been looking for a hot tub at every hotel.
For every hotel, and they didn't have them, or they've been closed for the season, or they've been broken. I have had the worst luck. I love a whirlpool. I won't lie.
So they had one.
So the way this Marriott's built, it's like two Marriotts in one. They have a hotel side and a suite side. So for your extended stay people,
right?
I was on the hotel side, and the indoor pool and hot tub were in whirlpool. Excuse me, it's not a hot tub; it's a whirlpool.
What's the difference?
This is like a little tiny pool that's warm instead of like a hot tub, which is elevated. So a hot tub's like on the back of your deck.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was the difference. So hot tubs are elevated.
Right.
Whirlpools are built in.
They're built in.
But they still do the same thing.
They do the same thing.
Okay, cool.
So
I did not know
Whirlpools
that.
are typically bigger. So I learned the things I learned. So I was very polite to them. I was like, hey, I would first of all, does it work? And they said, yeah, it's working. It's good. Yeah, it's on the other side of the complex. So you have to go to the other side of the complex. And so the lovely lady gave me, I don't know, this march through a death maze to get to it. So here I am. I got my shirt on. I got my little swim trunks. I got my towel. I am wearing shoes. I know you're supposed to, but the only shoes I wore was because I came from work. I only had my work shoes, and I'm not
with your shorts and your shirt.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to be barefoot. I'm going to brave it. I know you are out there disgusted, but I haven't been sick yet, so whatever. So.
I mean, you're not supposed to wear shoes in the whirlpool.
No,
anyway.
but the march to there, you should have shoes
because you don't know what you're stepping in.
Right. And people don't want to see nasty feet. You know how it is. I got you. So I do. So here's the thing, though. I marched through like they had a conference. There's some sort of medical conference going on. Here I am, just
You marched in the bare feet,
in my bare feet, and my Bermuda shorts, and my Star Wars Rebels T-shirt.
Nice.
And I'm just like. And then I get to where she tells me to go, and there's just a wall and like a way to go right. And I'm looking at the map. The right doesn't say to go right. It says you will arrive here, and I was wrong. So a housekeeping lady. I don't know what they call. What's the politically correct term for maid? I don't know what.
Housekeeping is correct for hotels.
So our housekeeping looked at me and was like, "Are you lost?" I was like, "Yeah." And she asked me where I was going, and she goes, "Oh, it's down this hall and down these stairs." Well, no one told me about that at all.
Oh, about the stairs.
Yeah, and so I was like, "Okay," and she's like, "I don't know why they told you the front desk to go this way. The easy way is just to go down the ramp outside through the parking garage, and you're right there."
Oh,
so I didn't have to go through the
medical
conference or in my, So I got to the whirlpool. There's nobody there. It's just me. And
did they have a bar outside? By the
it would have been great, but it was all enough indoors.
Okay.
And it was wonderful. I collected for 15 minutes, and I had my 15 minutes, and then I would get out and get into the pool itself, which was cooler, and then would switch in and out, listening to sometimes soft rock, sometimes meditation music. It was the weirdest mix.
That is weird.
It was like...
Were you stoned?
No. It's like, all right, now it's coming up as Air Supply, and after that, we're going to play some Enya. And I was like...
Okay.
Where am I? And then suddenly there's like, here's some Huba stank. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. My brain couldn't comprehend what I was listening to.
That is awesome.
I spent about an hour down there. It was great. I had a good time. And so I now, like, if I ever get the compound, we're going to have a whirlpool. I have to.
Oh, yeah.
So,
With the tiki bar.
Oh, yeah. Tiki bar was great. So, got back, got dressed, got ready, I went to have an early lunch, or I guess a late lunch, early dinner kind of thing.
A dinner?
A dinner. I ate at a Mexican restaurant called Nacho Mama.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was cute.
I like that.
It was okay.
Just okay?
Yeah, it's okay. It's like Mexican food as described by white people.
You almost made me spit out my wine.
But it's like
Yes, I know the type.
it's like Mexican food has to, and what I mean
we
by
have some of those here. Like Sabora, Mexico is the world's worst. They're like American Mexican food.
but Mexican food, as we know, is American anyway. So it's like Chinese food. It
is. Now the places I go has traditional.
Yeah, because you bougie. I got you.
I know. I like the traditional stuff.
See, I don't. I like classic greasy American. Mexican food.
No.
Whatever. So, and so I also like chorizo. I have a chorizo problem. No chorizo. I had a chicken nachos, which were a little dry.
I'm surprised you got chicken.
Well, I do like chicken.
I know, but on nachos.
Well, see, here's what I did. I got 3 little things. I got the nachos with chicken. I got a beef taco and a pulled pork taco. So I had a sample of all their meats except fish because I don't eat fish. And so, and the tacos were great. The nachos were okay. I ran into a family of 4 who were all going to the Weird Al concert.
Uh-huh.
And they were all they were this adorable nerdy family, like almost like a nerdy hippie family. And I was digging it. I was digging it because I guess the youngest daughter had a Weird Al shirt on, so I knew that's where they were. And so we talked a little bit. And then I left there to go see. There's a James Brown statue. So I saw the James Brown statue and got a picture with the James Brown statue. I went to Pyramid Records, which is a classic vinyl record store. It's a hole-in-the-wall dive place, and looked around, and that was kind of cool. They had the guy, I guess he was working there. He owned it. I don't know. I didn't ask. I should have. But cool black guy, kicking back, watching while he was working at the counter, but had Life on.
Lifetime? Life, the movie.
Yeah,
Life.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, yeah.
And
Arsenio Hall?
No, that's Coming to America or Harlem Nights. No, you're thinking it's
I know you're talking about.
Martin.
Oh, Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin.
Yeah.
And so, really funny movie. I guess it was on VH1 or something. He's like, yeah, they've been playing a lot. And so we watched a little bit, and then I left and sat at this Confederate Memorial Park, feeling awkward. But
one does.
But it was close to the venue, and so talked to met a community college teacher. She taught English.
Okay.
And was into theater, and probably in her 60s. But she's a huge Weird Al fan, and she had seen him in Boston.
Nice.
And she came here. She's from one of the Carolinas.
Okay.
And she came to see this show, and she also had the super VIP package. So we talked a little bit, and then we both went inside to the super VIP package, which included drinks. Well,
did it really?
Yeah. So a drink ticket.
Okay.
So and originally the email said it would be free soft drinks and then you get your 1 drink ticket, which wasn't the case. The 1 drink ticket covered everything. And so once I figured that out, I was like, I'd like a double scotch.
There you go.
I'm getting the most expensive thing I can get on my drink ticket. Because I paid a lot of money for this drink ticket. I'm going to get my money's worth up. Met a bunch of Weird Al fans. It was cool. Went to the Jeopardy thing, and I will play... So let me tell you about Jeopardy.
Yeah, what was this game show?
So it was Weird Al Jeopardy because Weird Al has a song, I Lost on Jeopardy. It was off one of his earlier albums. And so they have a host who had an awesome sparkly jacket. I want a sparkly jacket.
And you have pictures of that.
I have to get pictures. I actually have a whole and I'm just going to glance over the concert itself, because if you want to find out about my concert experiences on the website, I have a whole report on it. So a whole blog, you can read it and see the pictures and stuff. But so they had a Jeopardy board.
I saw the pictures of
and
that.
they had a guy come from the audience. They picked a guy to be Vanna White, and he would spin and he was a just giant guy with a beard. It was funny, and so they picked 3 random people out of the audience. And they had a system of doing it. It was funny and cruel. So they made you write your name on this membership form kind of thing.
Right.
And put you in a drum, and he rolled the drum. Well, so the host, the first thing he does, which was brilliant and horrifying, he takes the drum, sticks his hand into the drum, and pulls out a stack of them and throws them to the audience and goes, "Y'all didn't win!"
Oh, my gosh. So there you go.
Oh, there's just 80 people just disqualified at the start. Y'all didn't win. And I was like, that's brilliant. I hosting game shows we've done, I'm not brave to do that. No,
we tend to want people to get stuff.
Right, we do,
We're the opposite.
but I'm like,
that's hilarious.
That's great. So so he picked 3 people, and they wrote their names down, and they identified themselves. And the last person they picked was this nice young lady named Jennifer. She's the only name I remember. And the reason why is she didn't want to play.
Oh, my gosh.
So they had to get a replacement Jennifer, and which ended up being this kid who was a 10th grader. And so they did not let him change his name.
So it was Jennifer the whole time.
He was the replacement Jennifer. And so I have an interview with Jennifer, and I'll play now.
I'm Reed McKinney, or Jennifer.
Jennifer, how was it being on stage?
It was terrifying, but also hilarious. So.
What was your favorite moment?
Right when they started booing me because I missed my first one, and they were like, "Don't boo the kid."
I think I actually led the booing. That was my bad. I'm sorry.
I
was just doing what I was told. But
Yep, that was me.
So
Yeah, I'm Jennifer.
So what's your favorite Weird Al song?
eBay, definitely. It was the first one I heard when I was like 6 years old, back when the album first came out. It was hilarious.
And last question, anything you want to say, any shout-outs you want to give out?
There's sort of a washboard.
Shout out to my buddy Austin, who wanted to come, but his family's poor. Also, my buddy Alexis, we plan to meet each other at the concert, get seats really close together. She went to the Atlanta one. So, that did
Not good on the
out.
rendezvous, are you?
No, not really.
All right. Way to go, Jennifer.
Thank you.
And so that was Jennifer. He had a great time at the show. He sat right in front of me.
Oh, that's great.
So the Jeopardy show was great. Jennifer, of course, didn't win, as you heard. But they all got little, plaques, and they got a picture with a plaque, and then the picture, they're sending them a plaque with that picture.
Well, that's awesome.
But they got medals, and the medals.
Yeah.
And I've got pictures of that stuff. You'll see that on the website of this, on the link on this. But so really, really funny. The game show was really hard. The questions were harder than I thought they were, and I'm a trivia guy. But it was some deep stuff, and it was really, really fun, really hilarious. The show itself was great. It had really good seats.
Nice.
It was very stripped down, which I knew that going in. I met a guy from.
So it was kind of like it was at Celebration.
Yeah, it was much like Celebration,
okay.
but just a bigger version of that.
Right.
And so I met a guy. The guy sitting by me brought his 8-year-old daughter. I think she was in the 3rd grade, so that'd be about 8.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. I don't have.
It is. It's,
Look at me figuring things out. So he brought his 8-year-old daughter, who he introduced to Weird Al. Unfortunately, he didn't know what kind of show this was. And he was expecting the costumes and stuff, which I think she would have really enjoyed.
Right.
She got bored super fast.
Well, yeah, because
it's
you
not,
have to be a Weird Al fan.
Yeah,
to
this is a
enjoy
deep
this.
cut show. This is so she was a little miserable. And she just wanted to hear his polkas because she likes because it's all the popular songs. So she loved the one.
And he doesn't play those on the
show.
show.
He doesn't play those on the show, and so she started to have a good time, but she kept going, "Where is they going to play this song?" And it was like, "Honey, that's the big show." So I hated to break her heart, but Then again, she's not my child, so whatever.
That's right. He should have researched it.
Yeah, that's what. But so the other interesting thing with the show was that the smokes that make the lights work, so you can see lights and the light beams, set off the fire alarm.
Oh, nice.
So all the house lights come on, and I think it really freaked out the band, at least the guitarist, because he was like, I'm seeing everybody. I don't think that's normal for them.
No.
And Al was like, this is kind of like a festival show, and made some jokes and whatnot. But the guitarist would keep going, I don't like this.
Right. Because
and half the time I was like, I don't think he's joking.
we've both been on stage.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're on stage, you can't see your audience.
Not at all.
So.
And so.
Unless the house lights are on.
And the house lights are on. But they continued the show, and the house lights got settled, and the show was great. They played my favorite song as Generic Blues off the UHF, and I was so happy to hear it. I sang along. I was like, oh, my God! And then at the end, I screamed. I was the only one because it was dead quiet. I suddenly had to scream, thank you! I don't know.
That's awesome.
So we did the meet and greet afterwards. And that took longer than it should have. There's a lot of meet and greet.
How many super VIPs were there?
I don't know.
Approximately. I mean, if you had to guess.
About 100.
Okay.
And then there was probably another 100 people that were not.
Okay.
So there were about 200 people who maybe around that. I mean, I don't know. 150? I don't know. I didn't really count, but thinking back to 2 weeks ago, I think
there's a lot of people in the VIP.
Yeah, it was like more than I thought it was going to be.
Right.
So it took an hour just to, and here I am because I was the way I was positioned in this. I was like next to the last row.
Oh yeah.
So just waiting. But we were talking UHF, and because there's some kids who had not seen it, which was funny, and so we were trying to explain bits about UHF, and so we're like, you got to see it. Finally got to see Weird Al. He signed my card, took my picture. I said, thank you for playing Generic Blues. He said, I played it for you. And I was like, you're the best liar. I love you.
That's awesome.
And so I got a really sweet moment. When we talked this before, and I'm an autograph seeker, and I love him, And so at the end of the day, it was well worth what I paid. I had a great concert.
Good.
I got a cool lanyard. I got a set list. I got this picture. I have I don't take a lot of pictures with people. You know that. It's not my thing. But I think the picture of me and Weird Al turned out really well.
It did.
And so it's on my Facebook page.
It's awesome.
And so it's also in the Weird Al report. So that was Weird Al. I want to contrast this with the Wednesday show. So I went back to Georgia 3 days later.
To a show I would not go to.
To a show I wouldn't go to.
Right.
I'll take that back. I went to Georgia 2 days later. So I work for a tribal casino, and we have casinos all over the state, and I do video production. And I had a shoot at one of our northern properties, which is 2 hours away to the north. So I did my shoot there all day. Come home. I did an edit of that shoot because I wasn't going to be there on that Wednesday. So I wanted to be my day caught up.
Hold on. I didn't know about this. You drove to Montgomery.
No, I drove to Wetumpka, which is nearby.
Okay. You drove to Wetumpka, had to drive back home,
all right,
edit your stuff, and then drive to Georgia?
So my plan was we were going to leave in the morning. Now let me explain why I'm going to Georgia, because we haven't done that. I love my mother.
Mama.
I do. I love Mama.
I love your mama.
My mom's great. She's a good person. She puts up with my BS.
She likes all my Facebook stuff, which I love. I love your mom.
So my mom's great.
She is.
My mom also never asked for anything, ever. And so a few weeks ago, she asked me, begged me, I would say, like a child begs a parent kind of thing.
Yes.
And she's like, my favorite country artist is coming to Georgia, playing a free show at a car lot. Can we go? Can you take off? I want to go because
a free show at a car lot?
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. So, Mama is can we go? And I'm like, I can't turn Mom down. I can't. I can't. And I've got so I worked it out at work, so I didn't have to take PTO. I worked a day on the weekend to take the Wednesday off.
Right.
So, I am dead tired, and knowing that
God bless you,
and knowing that I have to get up like 3:00 in the morning to drive my mother to Hiram, Georgia, which is about 5 hours away.
Well, you have to get up at 3 in the morning?
Because the concert's at noon, and there's an autograph and meet and greet beforehand.
Oh, dear.
So Mama has to be one of the first in line to get this right. He's right.
I understand. No,
I'm as an autograph
seeker.
girl, I would
get
if it was someone. And so the country music artist is named Brett Young, and I had not heard of him.
I've never heard of him either.
He 2 weeks ago was a country music award show that was on TV.
Okay.
He won Best New Artist. So,
okay.
So
he's a new artist.
But he's a new artist. But
I don't know any country.
I don't know any country either. I mean, I know some country, but not like new country.
Yeah,
I don't know
country.
The new stuff. And so I get home, and my mother comes to me, and she says, "We have to leave tonight."
Why did you have to leave?
We have to leave tonight because I don't want to miss the chance of being
I understand.
one of the first people in line. We have to leave tonight. So my thought is that we can get a hotel halfway.
Did you guys wait in line as soon as you got there?
Hold on.
Kind of like we did in the 80s for like metal bands.
So I don't think she realized that I had already driven half that distance and back already that day, the same direction.
Right.
And then stayed in it at the show. However, I was annoyed. I won't lie. I was like, we can still leave in the morning and make it. I can get us there. No, we had to leave that night. We had to. So I took time, found us a hotel in Douglasville, Georgia.
All right.
Because here's my thought. There is no way in hell I'm driving halfway. I'm already pissed off enough. We're going.
We're going all the way.
I'm going all the way. We're just going to get there. We're going to get. She said she'd help drive. Fine. We'll get there. We will get there. Fine, Mom. Here's the annoying part. Mom, if you're listening, I love you. As I'm pulling out of the driveway,
right,
my mother squeals like a little girl. She's got her phone in her hand, and she's checking Facebook. What has happened is she's won the car dealership's lottery to be one of the first 20 people in line.
So you don't have to leave.
We don't have to even go
that
at all.
Right.
But I've already booked a hotel. I'm in the car.
You could have left like at 5 in the morning.
Right, and got there. No, I'm going to, and so. So here I am. I haven't left my driveway. We are pulling out when this happens.
Right.
And my mother's so nervous, and she's not tech savvy with her phone. And she's like, they want me to send an email. I don't know how to see it. Can you? Snatch phone, grumble. I send a fast. And I don't mean to be annoyed. I really don't. I'm just so exhausted. I'm literally just at my wit's end. I'm just like, I just want to get on the road. I want to get to this. I'm going. I love you, Mama. We gonna make it. So we drive. I got her email sent. She's happy. She's gonna be one of the first in line.
Right.
She's so happy. She's so happy. Woo! And she's texting and calling everybody. Oh my! I'm gonna be the.
What time was this in the evening that you?
7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So.
You late enough for you to be good and tired.
Oh,
that's
tired.
like a horrible time to drive.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Yeah.
And so. Get gas in the car before we left. Drove to Montgomery, to where you turn off to go to Atlanta.
Right.
I was going to let her drive at Georgia there, but we ended up getting food first. And then I drove a little bit further, and we stopped, and I let her take over. She could drive a little stretch.
Right.
And I slept. I'm like, snore. She's listening to Miranda Lambert and Keith Urban. Also the way I listened to the Brett Young CD, which was pretty good. I couldn't complain. I was like,
it's all right.
It's not bad. I'm
for country music.
For country, exactly. It wasn't all like.
And that's not any diss on our fans that listen to country music.
Right,
I just don't listen to it.
Right, and
it's
this wasn't like
it's a preference.
This wasn't like the tear in my beer kind of like it's and it wasn't quite poppy. It's more like singer-songwriter stuff.
Okay.
I dig it. I was down with it.
That's awesome.
So I was like, all right, I will at least enjoy the show. Got up about 20 minutes or so before we got to the hotel.
Okay.
And I took over because that's when, we had to get off the interstate. And I was like, I know Mom's not going to handle this well. So I'll take over. I'll drive us to the hotel. Okay. Let me tell you where we were in Georgia. So we're in northwest Georgia.
Okay.
And so this is, and you in the deep of the boonies when the GPS does this. Turn left for 1.3 miles. Turn right on 1.1 mile. Turn another left at 1.3 miles. So like every mile and a half there was a turn. Just a turn. And so I don't know where I am. I've turned so we find our hotel. It's 2:00 in the morning.
At 2:00 in the morning, you get to your hotel.
2:00 in the morning. 1:00 our time because there's a time change.
Right.
2:00 in the morning. My mother wants to be up at 6.
What?
Because we're gonna be there at 8.
But she's got the lottery.
She's got the lottery.
She's got
But
the lottery.
she's like, well, they haven't emailed me back, so I don't know if I've got it. And I'm like, they told you.
You have the lottery. She doesn't do this kind of stuff often, does she?
So she is the type to hit the pillow and pass out.
Right.
And you know what I mean? I'm pretty flat. You've seen me fast sleep. I got you on that. However, I'm so wound up.
Yeah.
I can't sleep.
Okay, so your sleep habits are like this. I will go to sleep before you typically because you're wound up. But when you're ready to go to sleep,
there's no stopping.
You sleep at what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, you will sleep in the same position you are.
Right.
You'll be in the middle of something and be out.
You know, it's like it's like a light switch.
Yeah, it's just you're done.
I'm done. And so, but it took me a while to get. So, I didn't get to bed till 3.
Oh gosh.
We got up at 6. I lingered in and out until about 7. I won't lie. We got up, got out. We made it to the car lot, the Carl Black. Superstore center. That's what it was. I think he was a Ford dealer.
Once again, why is he singing in a car lot?
Carl Black owns a lot of car lots in the region. And so Carl Black has these country music stars come in as a promotion.
So he pays them to come in
and does a tour.
Good for him.
Because afterwards, Brett had to get on a plane to go to the Carl Black in Orlando.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's a thing. I didn't realize it was a thing. So we're in line, and we're early in line. So
my metal bands don't play at car lots.
They don't.
I'm just saying.
So there's a line. We got there in time because there wasn't a lot of people. So like I knew. I ran into my first goth redneck.
What?
And I would have got a picture of her. I would have.
I really wish you would have.
But she was a high schooler, and I thought that would be.
Oh, that you can't.
That would be
over 18.
That would be creepy.
A goth redneck.
So she is in. She a little chunky girl, and she got fishnets, a black mini skirt, black boots, long black shirt, but over it is a black T-shirt that said "Raise Hell" and "Praise Dale" with a picture of Dale Earnhardt and the race car. She had goth makeup on, straight raven hair.
Oh my God!
But
I want to do that for Halloween.
So
I want to
Raise
do
Hell
and praise Dale, but all dressed in goth clothing.
And I was like, that alone made the trip worth it for me.
That should be the name of this segment.
So, they served really bad hot dogs.
Oh God! Yeah, how can you mess up a hot dog?
They were cheap hot dogs, and I get it.
Whatever.
All the money went to the con. So, the Brett Young comes out and he's saying, and he's great. Not a fan, don't know the guy. Had a really good time at the concert. My mother got there early enough so she could get. She brought her own lawn chair,
and she was at the front.
She's in the front row. She, oh my God, is like a 5-year-old.
Lost her mind.
She's lost her mind. She's loving it.
Did you sit at the front with your
No,
mother?
no, I walked because she wanted me to take pictures.
I see.
And she wanted her to so I've got pictures of her watching them. And that's what she wanted.
I see.
So I stay in the back. Because I thought
How many people were at this concert?
Oh, about 200.
Okay.
So not crazy. It was intimate. He played 45 minutes, which was pretty much his first CD. He did a Marvin Gaye cover of "Let's Get It On," which was really good.
Awesome.
And now here I get a little political. There's things in life that upset me.
Right.
Here's one of them. I hate when people are dicks.
Oh, I hate that too.
I hate people who are dicks, and so
you get that a lot in this
and forgive the
region
language,
of
but
the United
but
States.
I hate people who are dicks. So at this concert, there's all these fans, and there's this young couple. I guess they were in their or they look like they were in their 20s, and the guy's a skinny, tall, thin beanpole kind of dude, and his wife, girlfriend, or whatever, his significant other, shorter white lady who probably was a bank teller.
Okay.
They have no chairs. They're standing up in the middle of this crowd. Well, behind them is a veteran of our efforts in the desert,
Right.
and he's wounded. He's in a wheelchair. He's been shot up,
Right.
And so but he's wearing his "I'm a proud veteran." I mean, flag, whatever.
He's a veteran.
Veteran. God love him. Thank you for his service. But he's in a wheelchair.
Right.
And he's in the back. And he can't see because of the two dumbasses who won't move. And so the guy that was with him walked up and said, hey, polite. I watched him. Polite. Said, hey, combat veteran back here, just wants to see the show. Just could you move to the left?
Just a little bit.
Just
Either
all
way.
I had to do.
One way or the other.
One way or the other. That's all he had to do. No, we don't have to. We're going to stay where we got these seats, and this is where we're going to stand. Oh, my God. How can you do
but
that?
But there's only two. I mean, it's not a big concert.
It's a free concert. You didn't pay for it.
Just move a little bit out of the way.
Just a move.
Just a little bit out of the way.
And so, and
we're not asking you to get behind the guy.
No.
We're asking you to go to the left or the right.
Honestly, if you would have got behind it, you wouldn't have missed anything. There's 200 people here.
Just go to the left or the right.
Right. And so, no, they wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it at all.
Wow.
And so they complained to the Carl, but you can't do anything because
they're not charging.
First of all, they're not charging. B, while being a dick is not a crime, so they're not doing anything wrong.
Don't they have the right to kick people out, though?
Yeah, but I don't think they.
I get it.
So they kind of moved the guy in the wheelchair a little bit so he could see some of it, and it was just like
that's shitty.
It's terrible.
Sorry, my language.
But no, but I'm with you. It's just totally shitty. So I took photos and posted on Facebook, and so I may post it in the link. But you can see the guy in the wheelchair. I got a picture of him.
Yeah.
He clearly can't see.
That is ridiculous.
Oh, it made me so mad. My mother was like, if I'd have known, I'd have moved. I was like, well, you were in the middle of this thing, and it would have been difficult anyway. But still, because all they had to do was move. And no, they didn't want to.
That's crazy.
So, but that being said, that was the only.
But you guys had a good time.
Mom had a great time.
Your mom had a great time.
Mom had a great time. I had a good time because my mother did.
You won the Good Son Award.
I did. And I'm glad she had a good time. Is what I'm saying.
That's good. We do those things for my mom likes to go to casinos, and every once in a while go with her. I don't gamble. I don't like to gamble. I don't like to gamble because I suck at it and I like my money.
Yeah, I work for a casino. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, I'm terrible at it. It's not that I don't enjoy gambling. I just never win, and I can't afford to gamble. That's the thing. So
please give to the podcast so Stephanie can gamble.
Yes, please. So, speaking of which, Mother's Day is coming up, and every Mother's Day, that's our thing. She wants me to go to the casinos with her. So I know every Mother's Day I'm going to lose money gambling. But I've developed a system where I can look like I'm gambling. I can look like I'm seriously gambling and not, and still get all the free alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you definitely do that. Don't come to my casino.
I'm not.
I would normally invite you, but no alcohol on Sundays.
Oh yeah, well for Mother's Day.
Yeah,
but
you
we can come another time.
Right. Yeah, other times you're always.
You get no alcohol on Sundays.
No alcohol on Sundays.
I supported your tribe the other day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was my anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
13th anniversary, and that's my lucky number. So we originally were going to go to the casinos in Biloxi and hang out and try to gamble because it's my lucky number and all this. And all the casinos were booked in Biloxi, which was weird. And then I looked it up. Apparently there was some big crawfish fest or something going on. So we decided that we were going to go to Owa and do amusement park rides.
Right.
This is a part my husband's not really aware of. It's kind of funny. The night before, Friday night, we went to go see a show. A friend of ours directed a show here in Mobile. We went to go see it, The Pot, which was really good, about immigration. And afterwards, we were invited to go have a drink or two at the Dublin. I have already purchased a mug. I'm a member. I have my own mug now
Of course
at the
you are.
Dublin. And I drank a lot and was very hungover the next morning. But we had already had plans to go to said amusement park. So I didn't want to say that I was hungover. So I'm drinking Pedialyte and doing what I need to do, and I'm feeling better. And we take the tops off the Jeep and we head down to Foley. Everything's fine. We go there. We buy our tickets. We go on this. The first ride we go on to was the Rolling Thunder. Have you seen this?
I haven't even been to Owa.
Okay.
Owa, for those who don't know. So my tribe, the Porch Creek Band of Indians, has not only casinos, but we have an amusement park in Foley, Alabama.
Right.
So it's like an Indian Disney. It's kind of cool.
It's kind of awesome. It's very new, so it's still small. It has lots of room to grow, which I could tell some construction, so I know they're growing.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 phases for this
Well,
thing.
no, there's a lot more rides than that. My biggest complaint is there's nothing in between the rides.
Right,
there's
right.
no attractions.
Right,
There's
and it's
you
coming
got rides, but no
I'm
attractions.
saying phases, like
Yeah.
in phases of building development. They've
Right.
got a whole bunch of stuff they want to do.
But anyway, long story short, we go straight to the roller coaster, which is called the Rolling Thunder. And this thing goes like straight up, like a 90-degree angle. When you are on the roller coaster, you are looking at the sky. You are laying flat on your back, looking at the sky. And I counted to 27 seconds going up. That doesn't sound very long, but think about it.
Oh, that's an eternity.
27 seconds. You are inching your way up to the top. And I'm scared of heights. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm closing my eyes, and I'm like, if I can get past this part, I'm fine, because once it goes and it's going fast, I'm fine. And it gets to the top, and it dips down, and it does the loops, and it does this, and it does that, and it goes backwards, and this and that, and flips and jumps and jars you. By the time I got off the roller coaster, I remembered that I was hungover. Badly hungover. So we get off the roller coaster, and my husband's like, what do you want to do next? And I notice that there's like a children's area. And I'm still not letting, until he hears this podcast, he does not know how hungover I am.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. So we go over to the children's area. And I'm like, hey, this looks like cute. Wouldn't this be nostalgic? Let's just get on a couple of these rides. So we ride
Oh, my God.
a few kiddie rides so my head and my stomach and everything could stop doing what it's doing, and I can, like, get back to a semblance of normalcy. There's a kiddie ride where it's like little I don't know, umbrella things, like, you know, the big balloons, the big balloons that go in the air. So it goes up in the air, and the umbrellas go around, and it's not very high, but it has like a little, I didn't know this until we got in, it has a little mechanism where you can make them spin.
Right.
So we get up in the air, and my husband starts to spinning it. We're on a kiddie ride, by the way, and he starts to spinning it, like spinning it, which normally wouldn't bother me. And I'm like, you have to, excuse my language, effing stop right now. You have to stop spinning this ride right now. He's like, what's wrong? I said, it's just too high. It's just too high. And still not telling him I'm hungover. I said, you just got to stop spinning it. The whole time I'm at and I keep riding rides because I don't want them to know that I'm hungover. Every time we ride, and we go, of course, back to the adult rides and all of this. The whole time I am dying. I am dying inside. There's a part of me that there were so many times I was close to throwing up. I'm not even going to lie.
You didn't. So you're a trooper.
No, I'm good. And so we finish OWA and we go to the beach and hang out on the beach for a little bit. And what does he say? Hey, let's go find raw oysters. We want to go eat oysters tonight. Let's go eat seafood.
Yeah, I'd have been like, no, that's good. That's okay.
So anyway, that was my Saturday. It was great.
The other half of the Brett Young going back to the.
I'm sorry. I thought you were finished.
No. That's a long story.
Anyway, that's my anniversary story.
So we have his like a commercial break. It was great.
Do.
Check out OWA.
But don't do it hungover.
Don't do it hungover. So, my mother got 12th in line. That's what she won.
Number 12.
She was number 12.
One number off of my lucky number.
Guess what number I was?
What number?
41. So it's a photo by a professional photographer and a signature. And so Mom goes and gets her thing, and she goes, she had bought CDs to get signed.
Right.
He didn't sign the CD, so they gave her a picture, and he signed the picture.
How come he wouldn't sign the CDs? Okay.
I don't know. I tell you why, because my mother doesn't know what she's doing. I love her.
Okay, she didn't say, here, please sign this.
Right. She didn't. That's what she did. And I said, I'll get the CD signed. I don't know this guy.
Right.
I'm going to get a picture with him, and you should see the picture because it's more like me going, oh, no, who he is.
I don't know.
I'm just thumbs up and goofy smiles when I do everything, but I have no idea who you are. And so I walked right on in. I handed him the CD thingy. I mean, he was standing there signing on his leg. He wasn't even at a table. He's signing on his leg, and then we behind the backdrop, and so you got the picture. It was like super fast. But I was like, hey, we drove from Mobile, and he goes, oh, my God, you're crazy. And I'm like, you don't know the half of it. And so, and the cutest thing, and Mom gave him a present.
Oh, what did she give him?
She gave him a Bay Minette, Alabama T-shirt.
That's cute.
That is cute. But she I think she got nervous, so she gave it to his manager.
Oh,
I would have given it to him.
Me too.
Since
I mean, when you get the opportunity to meet people you like, you just have to take the moment. Like me, I rubbed all over Jason Momoa's abs.
Right. And if you want to hear about that, the last episode. But I got the CD signed. I got a picture with this guy. So that's
awesome.
So that was that. And I took her to the Walking Dead town.
Yes, I saw the pitch. That was the only part I was jealous about. It's like I love that place.
So it hasn't changed since we've been, except one thing. The Walking Dead museum section of the gift shop now has a place where you can take pictures with props.
Okay, cool.
There's a picture of me with Lucille.
I saw that.
Swinging. So that's new. And so
is it replica or is it?
It's a replica. It's not like the real Lucille. The real Lucille is busy in Hollywood.
Booking
a baseball deal.
There you go.
But she had a good time, and so we got home. Here's an embarrassing story for me. And you've traveled with me, so you know how my bladder works. I have a weird bladder.
You do have a weird
bladder.
My
weird bladder, and because I can not go or I can go a lot. It
just depends on the day.
And so I had not. I think I had not went since Georgia.
Okay.
So I got through Georgia. I drove all the way home. Dead tired. But by the time I got to the exit for our house, I was like, my bladder was like, hey, just let you know.
You have not peed in a long time.
And I know you're almost home. All good. I just let you know, hey, bing, bing. Continue listening to Don Henley. Everything's fine. Because I was listening to Innocence because they had played it like on the stage. Anyway. So, the exit's about 10 minutes from the house.
Right.
I get about 7 minutes to the house. My bladder says, hey, remember when we said that was okay? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe not. You may want to look for alternative plans. I don't know if that means speeding or
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. But we're entering critical mass.
You have like a minute.
Maybe.
Okay.
So I start speeding down, and this is a rural road. Mom's
Yeah.
like, you can't speed here. You get pulled over. And I was like, I have to go. I really have to go.
Yeah.
She goes, well, if you get pulled over, that's not going to help. So I slowed down. My body's like, hey, saw you speeding there, and that was good. But now you've slowed down, and that's bad. So we're going to need you to remedy that. Or,
Something's going to happen.
right, we're not responsible. We've warned you.
Right.
We've warned you.
You've been warned.
We didn't warn you at like opportune times, but we did warn you. We did that up. So Stephanie, let me tell you what I did.
What'd you do?
I am, no lie, a block from my house. A block.
A block?
A block.
1 block.
What, maybe
Like
less.
you could walk it.
I could. Maybe less than a block.
You can see your house.
I can't see it, but it's like around the corner. If I go
Right.
around the corner, I can see the house.
It's right there.
But it's right there. And I looked at my mother and went, this is where it happens. And I stopped. And she goes, you can't. I goes, I can. And I jumped, pulled it in park, walked to the side of my car, unzipped my pants, and let the river flow.
That's nice.
No, it wasn't. My mother was probably dying of embarrassment. I got back and she goes, well, it happens. I'm like, of course it happens. It just happened.
It just happened.
It just happened.
It's fine.
That wasn't fictional.
It's fine.
So
I mean, I've done that before.
well, you have to sometimes. And like it was funny because I didn't have a need to go until I hit that exit.
On long trips, I have mastered the liquid intake to liquid outtake ratio between gasoline stops. I've trained my bladder to only have to go when we have to stop for gasoline.
Right.
And it's an awesome thing. But it took a while to master that, to know how much liquid intake I could handle versus the outtake.
And I don't mind stopping. My whole
Well, you know how I am. When
Right.
I'm in the car, I am ready to get to where I'm going.
But and you've driven with me.
Right.
I don't mind stopping. I'm easy going by this stuff because
Yeah, it happens.
You gotta go. But no one told me that I mean until
Yeah,
like
it was right there.
It was like critical mass. It was like, all right, I'm just letting you know. You kind of. I mean, literally, it was like, that first little feeling like, yeah, you gotta go, and then suddenly by the end of it, it's like, oh my god, it's like that wasn't 10 minutes. You should have waited. That was a lot to unpack, and I got more stories to tell, but we'll save that for next time.
Well, I got to tell you about my day today before we leave.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to cut it short here because I have another podcast to get to.
Oh, no, not even quickly?
Not even quickly because I'm
come
actually
on.
late for that.
Oh, come on, because this is awesome. I have
Cliffhanger!
No, because I won't have this.
All right.
Okay, today is Secretary's Day, or in my business, it was Employee Appreciation Day because we're not secretaries, we're scientists. And we're
not secretary anyway.
Anyway, we got candy and pizza, and our lovely bosses got us all fart noise makers at work because we're apparently children.
Well, you do work for the employer.
So it's awesome. They're banana flavored fart makers.
Oh my god, they're flavored?
Well, scented.
I'm horrified.
That was my day. I thought it was great.
Hold on.
Banana scented fart makers.
I am horrified. I am.
We're doing it.
Hold on, let me get to the right thing. All right, so this will be added to the podcast.
That was a good one. See, I couldn't wait.
And no, you're right. I'm glad we.
Yeah, this is my day today, playing with fart noises. Because you know. Yeah, let me get a good one.
My co-host is a 5-year-old. It's great.
That's right. Anyway.
That's a good way to end the show. You can follow me at Scotty White on Twitter. You can go to the website, ScottyWhite.com. And
yeah.
Stephanie, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Stephanie S. Ward 1, or on ScottyWhite.com as well.
All right. This is Scotty saying this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours.
Bye.
I was almost expecting a fart noise.
I wish I had not put it on.
Listening. You can follow us on Twitter at Mopcast Network, on Facebook.com/Mopcast Network, or just visit us at Mopcast.com. And remember, this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours.
Thank you for listening to the Mopcast Network.